Desert Willow Wolves, will you please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance and our moment of silence? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Now please join me in our moment of silence. Thank you. You may be seated. Today is Wednesday, February the 28th, 2024. And for lunch today, it is a cheeseburger with seasoned fries, mayo, mustard, and ketchup. And for breakfast tomorrow, it is strawberries and cream oatmeal. Sounds delicious. All right, let's talk about birthdays. I have one birthday that happens today on this, what is usually the last day of February. Happy birthday today goes out to Elijah in Miss Zambrano's class. Elijah, we hope you have a great birthday today. Speaking of today, speaking of lunches, speaking of days, speaking of things, reminder, we are going to have our lockdown drill today. This is just a drill. It's important that we practice these things so you know exactly what to do in the event of a real emergency. This drill is going to happen right around 12:30, which means my fourth graders are going to be at recess. I talked to you a little bit yesterday about what the expectation is. When you hear outside, normally you'll hear just a whistle blow, and that means line up. Outside now with our ESPs, if you ever hear three whistles, like boop, 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 you know what I mean? 3 whistles. That is going to mean that you stop and look for what the next direction is. So ESPs out there are going to blow that whistle 3 times. That means stop, look, and follow further directions, okay? My 5th graders in the cafeteria, we're going to get you to lunch just a little bit earlier. So teachers, if you want to have your students ready to go to lunch at 12:15, just even that 5 minutes earlier, so you'll get through the line. 5th graders, make sure that you're eating right away, because we are going to do that lockdown right at that 12:30 time. Look for the ESPs. Again, I said Mrs. Karen's going to be in there. There's going to be plenty of adults in there to help you determine where to go. Remember, this is a safety drill, and as such, when you're going into your lockdown areas, it's important that you're quiet. The idea is that you're behind a locked door with a staff member, and no one can know that you're in there. And so our staff members are going to help you get in there, but make sure you're waiting quietly. It's not going to be super comfortable. It's going to be different than a classroom, but I know you can do this, and I appreciate your willingness and your flexibility in helping us do this safety drill so we can learn how to be prepared in the event of a real emergency. Tomorrow is February the 29th. Did you know, some of you may know, that February 29th only comes around once every 4 years? This is called a leap day. This was introduced in the 16th century to add an extra day to the calendar every 4 years to make sure that our calendars and our days stay in sync with the different seasons. What happens if you are born on February 29th? We don't have any of those. I've already checked. But if you are born on February 29th, do you know that you are called a leapling? How fun is that? Your birthday would only come around once every 4 days officially, so you might get to pick when to celebrate your birthday. We don't have any leaplings on our campus. However, we want to do a little bit something fun with you to celebrate Leap Day tomorrow. So what typically leaps besides our calendar once every 4 years? Frogs. What color are frogs? Green. Show up tomorrow in some green as a fun little spirit day for Leap Day, and be ready for a fun little hunt and activities as we celebrate Leap Day, February 29th, 2024, because it's not going to come around again for another 4 years. Few other announcements. Tonight is our PTSO meeting to celebrate our Students of the Month. I'm super excited to see all of you get recognized. Also, next Thursday is our brown bag lunch, so not tomorrow. It is going to be next Thursday, March the 7th. We are going to do our brown bag lunch, so you can invite your parents, grandparents, special loved ones to come and enjoy some lunch with you next Thursday for Brown Bag Lunch. PTSO will be here with popcorn for those in DW Spirit Gear. We're coming to the end of our third quarter. Report cards are going to go home on March the 14th, and then it's spring break. It's coming fast. So we have the rest of this week and 2 more weeks until our spring break. So continue to work hard as your teachers are collecting those final grades to make sure that your report cards are reflective of all the hard work and learning you've done. That is all I have for my announcements for today. This is Mrs. Davy signing off, wishing you a wonderful Wednesday.